Hey guys, it's Crazy Comic Lady here, and it's the second Disney Drawing Challenge! Woo! SamBeAwesome and I had so much fun when we put together the first Disney Drawing Challenge last year that we decided that we would try and put together another one for this year. And yeah, we had help from BerryZem this time. She helped us pick out which questions to use for the challenge. So yeah, last year when we were doing the challenge, I kept coming up with ideas of like lots of different like potential questions that would work really well as a challenge. So I ended up like creating a list on my iPad of like potential questions that could be used in future challenges. So we kind of started working through some of the ideas that I had for this one. One of like the earliest ideas that I had last year when we were working on the challenge was to pair up your like two of your favorite villains from different movies. And when I thought of that last year, I really regretted that it wasn't in the challenge because I didn't think about it until we'd already started the challenge. And then I really, really wanted to do that picture because I really wanted to put Jafar and Zira from Lion King 2 together because, I don't know, I just felt that they'd be quite a good match since Jasmine had Raja. So I thought Jafar would work well with a lion, and Zira was such a cool character. I really feel like Lion King 2 was really underrated because I really loved that sequel. There's a lot of sequel movies like that I don't enjoy. Like I didn't really enjoy Little Mermaid 2, which is a shame because Little Mermaid's my favourite movie, but I felt the sequel was really let it down. But I really loved Lion King 2 because Kovu was such a cool character in the sequel movie. He had an awesome design as well. Even though like the animation in the second Lion King I thought was it was weird. Like the noses of the characters seemed very kind of pointed and blocky. It wasn't as pretty as like the original animation in the first Lion King. But yeah, I'd been wanting to do this exact picture for like a year, so I'm really glad that I finally got to do it because I wanted to do him sitting on the Sultan's throne in the throne room with Zira by his side. So yeah, it was difficult having to try and find enough references of the Sultan's chair and like the little pedestal thing it sits on and like the giant elephant head that's behind it, which has got a tiger like motif thing on the stone. So I tried to do that without line art so that it would just kind of be kind of subtle in the back, so it wouldn't be like too overpowering for like the main characters. Because this challenge I kind of really want to do, like I want to put like more effort into the picture. Last year with the challenge I started off doing everything really simply, and then because SamBeAwesome, all of her pictures were like really good, it inspired me to really push harder. So by the end of the challenge last year, I was putting in like so much more effort into the pictures. So this year I want to try my hardest on everything and try out new stuff and lots of backgrounds and really try and push what I can do this year. So yeah, that's why I was kind of trying to go with the throne room with lots of colour and a full background and the marble on the right hand wall, which was difficult to colour. I couldn't really get the subtle colours of that very well. Marble is hard to colour. But yeah, one thing I did notice after I was inking the picture was that Zira's head kind of feels like it's a bit too big for her body, especially when you compare it to the reference pictures online. Her head just feels a bit out of proportion a bit, but I didn't really notice that until after I'd inked it, which it was a bit late by then. But yeah, so it's interesting like for this challenge because I did like all the thumbnails of my ideas for like all the questions. Characters from Aladdin keep cropping up in my ideas for the questions this year, so be prepared. There may be a few more Aladdin characters to come. It is one of my favourite movies, so yeah, last year I was trying really hard to do a different character for each question. So this year there's a lot of kind of repeat characters in my ideas. If I end up going with my ideas, I might still change them, but I probably won't. But yeah, I had trouble when I was colouring his kind of outfit because, again, I was using my 25th anniversary Copic markers, and I know I've complained about this so many times in previous videos, but I was using RV95, and that's another one of the markers which is just, it's broken, like the nib has gone weird and dried out and the ink doesn't flow out of it and it comes out all goopy and unpleasant. It's not smooth flowing ink anymore, and the bullet point nibs all dried out. It's really irritating because all of the markers from that set are like slowly deteriorating, whereas all the other markers that I've had for years are completely fine. So there was something about that set that was just not a good set. It was a bit of a novelty waste of money, which is a little annoying since it was really expensive. So yeah, disappointing in that front, because it means I just have to buy replacement pens, because I've tried replacing the nibs and it doesn't work. They still, after a while, they still go all weird. And I've tried storing them differently, so I've tried having them on their side, I've tried having them upright, and they still go weird. So yeah, that's disappointing with that set. But anyway, yeah, I'm not sure what else to talk about this picture. Yeah, you can definitely check out our playlists from last year of last year's challenge if you want, or take part in last year's challenge if you prefer the questions in it. I was redoing that challenge, the original challenge, as sketches in my sketchbook earlier this year, because I thought that'd be fun just to redo some of the old favourite questions. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this picture, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye!